Greetings back with another video. In this video, I'm talking about snakes. You know, people with that snakish energy. You know, forgiving somebody with some snakish energy is only like putting your weapon down in battle. That's it. I mean, chances are that snake's gonna wait till you walk away from that weapon and pick it up and strike at you. It's morely like a spiritual war talk, you know, spiritual warfare talk. You know, these snakes, they come in all nationalities. They come in all nationalities. And they come in all genders, you know, all nationalities, female, male. You know, these snakes, they come and go. You know, some of them might be in your family. Some of them might be in your work environment. Some of them might just be passing through. You know, you might even dated a snake, or you might even romantically fell in love with one, or you might have been best friends with a snake. But being with a snake, you got to see the signs, because usually snakes have the same characteristics as like a thief. Thieves, most thieves are quiet. Usually the crash out thief, they don't care. But we talking about the normal modern thief. The modern thief is usually quiet until they get exposed. You know, thieves don't like to get exposed. They don't want nobody to know that they're there to take something from you or take something from someone. So that's usually I see the same characteristics as from a snake, a thief. Same shit. You know, they got that same energy. You know, these snakes, you can't change a snake. Once somebody has that snakish energy and they do some snakish ass activities, you can't change that, because the snake only sheds its skin. And we not talking about the Kundalini snake. We talking about the Python snake. We talking about that snake that give low frequency. That type of snake. We talking about that snake. Because in some cultures, snakes are used for good luck and healing, but also there's also the yin and yang of healing. When there's healing, there's also sickness. There's also pairs, you know. So some snakes might be healers, and some snakes might be poison. Just like when you see a garden snake, most garden snakes ain't poison that I know of, because I come from the Midlands, and we had garden snakes growing up, and those snakes are not poisonous. They bite, but they're not poisonous. You know, all snakes bite, but you can't change a snake. So normally with a snake, they have an agenda. These snakes, they have an agenda. They have a plan. You know, these snakes can come in your life, and secretly they can try to demolish your life. They can try to take what you got. They can try to plot against you without you even knowing it. and you be swearing up and down this person's your best friend, but behind, when your back is turned, this snake is throwing daggers at you. And you know, we've been there and we did that. So what do we do with snakes? We cut the head off of snakes, because that head can grow back, or it can still move. Or the tail. The tail. You cut the head off the tail. You cut the tail off the snake. Cut the tail off the snake, and the tail can grow back. It can regenerate. So we cut the heads off the snakes, and we step on the head until it's no longer moving. And then what do we do with the body? We burn it. We burn it because we don't want it to come back. So 2026, to those snakes, just know that I know. Snakes will secretly be throwing shots at you, thinking that you don't know. But you know. I know. When a snake is a snake. When you see a snake, you make sure that snake don't come close to you. You strike before that snake tries to strike at you. That's how we see snakes. This poisonous snakes. You gotta watch them, because if you come too close, snake's gonna strike. So when people got the snake energy, and you question yourself, is this person a snake? Is this person they can't be trusted? This person think that everything revolves around them. They think that everything revolves around them, and they low-key envy. They envy. Snakes be envious, and they be very jealous too. They don't want to see people doing better than them. You know, they, instead of praising somebody, they smiling, and then low-key they like talking behind the person's back, or they followers. See, a lot of these snakes, they be followers. They follow the pack of other snakes, because these snakes, they roam in groups, and you can't trust no snake. We fly with eagles, not with snakes. We don't slither with snakes. We fly with eagles. Eagles take snakes. We take them. Flying with the eagle. Fuck snakes. And the snake is energy. Especially when you find out a motherfucker is a snake. Make sure you cut the damn head off and you fucking step on it. And make sure that snake doesn't fucking move. And you burn it. Because that snake is only gonna strike when it has its chance. When you forgive this snake, just know that snake is really ready to make another move. It might be all good. It might be all glorious. It may be all peaceful. But just know that venom is refilling to make another move. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna forgive this snake? Are you gonna take it out? That's how I feel around snake is energy. Snake is energy. People who got that snake venom in them and don't think twice on turning their back on you or talking behind your back or plotting against you, because these snakes don't care. They only want one thing, is to dim your light. That's it. So move in silence. And just know that the snake is always watching you when your back is turned and when it isn't turned. They're looking from the corner of their eyes. They're making sure. They're studying you. They're mimicking you. They're doing all kinds of things. They're plotting against you. They're waiting. They're mimicking you so they can know when you make a mistake. Don't sleep on those snakes. Just know these snakes are always ready to strike. You know, like when someone's walking in the woods or something like that, when in a snake area or in the desert, snakes are just hiding in the shadows. That's it. These snakes stay in the shadows. And as soon as the sun comes out, as soon as the sun goes down, these snakes come out. So I'm just telling you this. And that spiritually protect yourself. Protect yourself at all costs. Listen to your ancestors. You know, because there have been many times where I didn't listen to my ancestors and I should have. And then I'm scratching my head like, oh my God, I know I should have listened to my ancestors. Because this person was a fucking snake. So just know, are these people or snakes? Just know when a snake is out on the move, ready to strike, just be ready. That's why you always see these saints stepping on snakes or guys or alligators. Alligators just as worse. People who got that gator energy. No, I'm just talking, man. I'm just talking. You don't have to believe me what I'm saying. It's just chatting. I'm just chatting. But just be aware. Just be aware of the snake energy. You know, snakes can be used for healing. You know, with antidote from the poison. But at the same time, that poison is deadly. Very deadly, depending on what type of snake it is. So, remember this. Always stay protected. And the snakes are in the shadows.